Hello everyone. This weekend's boxing. A lot of shows in the UK, 2 televised, 1 on DAZN, 1 on TNT. The fight of the weekend is probably Crocker Donovan. This is an eliminator, I believe, for the IBF title, which is John Ennis's. Now, we're going to start on a negative here. Just watch the face-off. Now, these guys have had 34 fights between them, and the good fighters, which I'll get to. The best wins combined, the 5 best wins combined, both men. Conor Walker, Tyrone McKenna, Lewis Green, Lewis Ritson, 2 weight divisions and 5 years past his best, and Danny Ball. Now, some very good fighters in there, don't get me wrong. Them 5 names, some very good fighters. Danny Ball, I rate highly. Conor Walker, British champion. McKenna, good fighter. But I don't get how they can be 5 best wins in 34 fights and you can be eliminated for John Ennis's world welterweight title. Crazy. And they're on about talking about who's the best opponent. Oh, it was Conor Walker because he's 4 with the WBA. You can't go off ratings. WBA rating. Chris Lovejoy was number 12, I think, when I was in the boxing. He's not even Chris Lovejoy. I quite like Chris Lovejoy, I'll be honest, on a personal level. He's not even the 12th best fighter on his fucking street that he lives. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my rant. I wanted to get out of there. This is an eliminator for John Ennis's welterweight title is mad to me. Now, could either of these men be world class eventually? I think Donovan's good. I think Donovan can box. Really, really good. Good amateur. Can really box. But on the back of O'Mason, Ball, Herrera and Ritson, you're telling me that if he beats Crocker he's going to fight for the world title? That from, like, no, I don't believe so. These are good fighters. Donovan can box, he's slick, southpaw, he's fast, he can every punch in the book, he's good. Crocker, strong, can punch, tough. But this is like, it's a good domestic matchup in my opinion. And it's a world title eliminator. The sport is mad. Maybe, I don't know, because I look and I think I beat, if Fabio Wardley knocked Fraser Clark out after drawing with him, he's now rated 9 in the Ring magazine. So if I had to beat Fraser Clark, would I be rated in the top 10 in the ring, in the heavyweight rankings? Mad, I think. Some stuff I see in boxing. I watched the Eubank Ben press conference. I will not be doing no videos on the fight. The whole situation, don't like it at all, to be honest. But anyway, rant over. We can now get on to this weekend's boxing. I had to get it off my chest, I had to say it. I'm not being horrible to anyone. I just watched the face-off. Crocker and Donovan seem like nice men. And they're good fighters. Very good fighters. I think Donovan wins, I'll be honest. Crocker, for me, I don't like Crocker at welterweight, I'll be honest. I don't think he's a welterweight. He missed the weight with Felix. And the Walker fight, I thought Walker won. I thought Walker beat him, to be honest. I really did. Crocker fights like a man just done at the weight, I think. I might be completely wrong. I don't train him. I don't know. Never met him. I just think he's a light middleweight all day long. This is recorded on Thursday night as well. So the weigh-in will be interesting. I think Crocker's tight at the weight. And I think Donovan's going to be a little bit too fast for him, a little bit too clever, a little bit too slick. I don't think he's going to be there to be hit. And I think he'll start Crocker late. I don't expect an amazing, entertaining fight. I think Andy Lee will send Donovan out with the instructions to box a little bit more till it's safe to get Crocker out of there. And I think Crocker ready for going at halfway. Crocker can punch. You might catch Donovan early. I don't see it going that way. I think Donovan will stop him in round 7 to 12. I think he'll get him out of there late on. Yeah, good fight. World title eliminator? I don't think so, to be honest. Not with what they've achieved. As far as ability, they're very good fighters, but in terms of achievement, a world title eliminator on the back of beating, you know, some good domestic opposition, some of them faded, some of them coming up from weight divisions below. I don't understand it. But that's the game. Anyway, moving on. Richards, McCrory, good fight. I thought Richards would beat Hutchinson. I thought he had too much experience for him and be too big, but he wasn't a good performance. He looked out of sorts, to be honest. McCrory is not as good as Hutchinson. Interesting crossroads, really. Richards needs to win this. I think he will. He'll need to be a lot better than the Hutchinson fight. It looked very one-dimensional. I think that was just a bad day at the races, to be honest. I think Richards is good. He's super tough. Really, really. One of the toughest fellas in British boxing, I think. Really hard man. And I think McCrory... I think Hutchinson's got he's a horrible start for anybody. He's really awkward. And I think McCrory... Not as awkward as Hutchinson, and Richards will prove big enough and strong enough to probably outpoint him. Then we've got Walker, Woodstock, good fight. Walker, 11-0, 2 stoppages, I think, as I click on there, yes. Woodstock's a good pro, very good pro. I like Woodstock a lot. I've done a lot of sparring down at Leicester. They've come and done a lot of sparring with myself in Sheffield and Manchester. They had a heavyweight there. Joe Aiden used to spar, CJ Challenger. Woodstock's a proper pro. I like Leon Woodstock. Good fella. Really good fighter. Fucking hard as nails again. And a good pro, good fighter. Like, clever, good. Really good. Big step up for Walker, really. Walker beats Junior aside. Not really doing anything of any note, but the stoppage of beats Junior is a good result. That was 12 months ago, though. I'm going to go Woodstock for the upset. Walker may prove a level above as he was a top-class amateur, but I'll go Woodstock, to be honest. 2 fights on the card I can't really talk about. Shauna Brown, Elif Nurtahan, and Jack O'Neill, Mohamed Wako. Not familiar with 3 of them. The only one I'm familiar with is Mohamed Wako, who is 1 and 2. He used to box for Legions in York, and he boxed on the same shows as a few of my kids, as I'm mates with the Legions gym. So I can't comment on them, as I've nothing at all to say, really. I don't really know. But the Brown to hand fight looks interesting. They're both highly rated, so that should be a good one. Right, we've got McCarthy and Stephen Ward. Interesting fight, really. I think they're both well past the best. Stephen used to train with at Jamie's. Not seen him for about 5 years now. Good fighters, really good fighters back in there. Both was good amateurs. Done okay as pros. I'd probably go McCarthy, actually. I think McCarthy, yeah. I'm going to go McCarthy. Yeah, not by much, but I'm going to go McCarthy. Then we've got Farrell and Gerard Hughes. I watched the first fight, actually. I watched the first fight between them two, and it was a draw. But I thought Farrell won pretty easily. And since then, Farrell's had 2 proper fights, and Hughes only had a 4-rounder against a journeyman, so I expect Farrell to win. Will he stop Hughes? Maybe, to be honest. Maybe, in my opinion. Although I met Hughes at Fiore Pianetta about 7 years ago. He was in the crowd who sat behind me. Anyway, Aaron Bowen, he was disappointing last time. Really disappointing. He didn't look good at all. He fights an unknown fella I've never heard of. So hopefully Bowen gets back on track. Right, now we go to Bournemouth. Garner Jimenez is the main event. Garner, I've rated Garner for a long time. I've been raving about Ryan Garner for about 5 years. I then picked against him when he boxed Archie Sharp. But Jimenez has boxed for the European title. Got a draw. Garner should win. There's nothing overly exciting on this card, really, to be honest. Louis Edmondson's fighting for the Commonwealth against an unknown 11-0 fella. Edmondson's really awkward. I would hate to watch Edmondson. A nightmare. Not the most exciting, but he's very effective at what he does. I think he's good, actually. We've got Mace Wesley and Dillon's a good fight. Dillon was the British champion at Super Feather, I think. Rueg's good. I've watched him. He's really good. He's awkward and fast. He's good, actually. Joe Joyce, Patrick Corte. Is that still happening? If it is, Joyce will beat Corte double quick time. Then we've got Henry Turner against Miguel Cesario and Turner I really like. Turner reminds me of Joe Aiden that I train. Turner can box. Beautiful boxer. Really enjoy watching Turner. He's good. Josie Butler, Alejandro Morales, and John Isaacs, Ezekiel Gregores, I could not tell you about, as I've never seen the home fighters. Carol Latam was back, and Charles Frankham also. They look like they have comfortable wins. An interesting fight is Luke McCormack against Ramiro Garcia Lopez. Garcia Lopez has knocked out many prospects locally to me. He's a Mexican based in Barnsley. He can fight. He's good. McCormack Olympian should be too much for him, but Garcia Lopez can't half punch. So it will be interesting. Before I do my predictions, the other cards in the UK this weekend: Friday at the East Side Rooms in Birmingham. On Saturday at the De Vere Hotel in Blackpool, you have Jake Cabral and Levi Barnes fighting. They are very good. Jake Cabral and Levi both been sparring Joe Hayden. Jake I saw sparring Catchell before the Barboza fight, and Levi Barnes, as well as Joe, been sparring Cameron Vong. They are very good. I think 21 and 20. Andy Abril trains him, Jake's dad. Very good coach. He's got some very, very, very good kids, to be honest. They are good. They are Jake and Levi. They were champions, them two. I think they're both British champions. They're really, really, really good. And Levi Barnes is a good kid. I like Levi Barnes. He's a nice fella. Also, there's shows at the East Side Rooms again in Birmingham Saturday. Skate Central also in Sheffield. Now for predictions, Joe Joyce Corte, if goes ahead, Joyce in rounds 1 or 2. I would, even at this stage, people say Joyce is finished. He'll go through Corte like a hot knife through butter. Definitely. Corte, nice fellow actually. I spoke to him a few times, but he shouldn't be in there with Joe Joyce, even at this stage. Just a complete and utter mismatch. As for the betting angles on that show, nothing at all really. Garner should win, Edmondson should win, Rueg should win, Turner should win, but, 6 to 1 on shots, not really what you should be betting on. Now in Ireland, I fancy Donovan to stop Crocker, I really do. I think Crocker's tight at the weight, I think. And when I say tight, I just think he's done at the weight, me. I might be wrong, but I fancy Donovan to stop him. I'd definitely go Donovan stoppage, maybe later on. Woodstock could turn Walker over, he'd probably get good odds, but it's not one I'd be confident. You wouldn't throw it in an accumulator, as it could fucking ruin the whole thing. And Rudy Farrell, I think, will beat Hughes. So my predictions are as followed. I would go, fucking forgot now. I would go Joe Joyce rounds 1 and 2, Donovan stoppage, and a Rudy Farrell win. That is the predictions. They're the only 3. I think Woodstock's a good fighter, but I want to go 3 for 3. So that is this weekend's boxing. Thank you very much for watching.